News in detail. We start off with news here at home. President Rajapaksa has said that everyone should unite today to build the country, as unity was displayed in the past to liberate the country. The president emphasized that no one will be permitted to betray the liberated country. The president was addressing a mammoth gathering in Ambalangoda yesterday. The president emphatically stated that he will not allow anyone to betray the hard-earned freedom. Amidst many difficulties, he won the battle against terrorism. Many supported the victory. The president said that the masses should teach a lesson to those who attempt to betray the country. When the country was handed over to him, it was divided. He recalled that there was an LTTE-controlled area, but now the country had been liberated. Commenting on the large gathering present, he said he had never seen such a large crowd in any of the rallies he participated in Ambalangoda earlier. It was the first in a series of rallies organized in the south to consolidate the victory of the president. The entire grounds in Ambalangoda was a sea of heads. A notable feature was the presence of the public even before the arrival of the president to address the rally. In addition to many parliamentarians, popular actress Geetha Kumarasinghe and veteran cricketer Sanath Jayasuriya addressed the gathering. Meanwhile, the president also attended a rally organized in Ratmalana, where a large gathering was present. The president said they united the country and successfully confronted all forces. The people were not kept in hunger. Banks in the country were protected and jobs safeguarded when the entire world was facing a severe economic crisis. Society, which was broken into pieces, was united and molded to care for the country. He invited the nation to join hands in bringing the country to the highest position in the world by developing it. President Rajapaksa has expressed his gratitude to all public employees and members of the armed forces, the police and the civil defense force who cast their postal vote, considering it as a national responsibility on behalf of the country's future. The two-day postal voting period ended today. It was reported that postal voting yesterday exceeded 65%. Secretary to the Ministry of Post and Telecommunications Chandra Jayatilaka said they took immediate measures to get down the ballot papers to the Central Postal Exchange in Colombo. Although postal voting ended today, those who had not exercised their franchise can do so until the 26th of this month. You're watching Prime TV News and we're still at home. The JVP and the UNP are again spreading the shadows of affairs syndrome. A group of thugs exceeding 500 had attacked a Freedom Alliance office in Polonnaruwa and damaged several vehicles that were plying on the road. The entire area turned out to be a battle zone due to the disturbances caused within the Polonnaruwa town this morning by a group of thugs of the UNP and the JVP. These thugs had attacked the main office of Minister Maithripala Sirisena when even police officers remained at the location. They had also damaged 4 vehicles. All occupants of the office had been assaulted. 12 persons who sustained injuries have been admitted to the Polonnaruwa General Hospital. Minister Maithripala Sirisena said that this attack had been carried out by those who talk about democracy and have pledged to enforce democracy. In addition to damaging the election office, the thugs had attacked several vehicles. This had been purely carried out with the JVP thugs. Polonnaruwa is an area where a peaceful election campaign was being carried out and where no incidents had been reported. The minister said it has clearly been displayed that this is the work of Fonseca. A petition has been filed in the Supreme Court challenging the candidacy of Sarath Fonseca. Presidential candidate Sarath Kuongahage had filed the fundamental rights petition of Sarath Fonseca's candidacy at the upcoming presidential elections. On December 17, 2009, Sarath Kuongahage raised an objection claiming the legitimacy of Fonseca's nomination due to the fact that he is a citizen of America during the time allotted for objections after handing over nominations for the presidential polls. When the commissioner questioned the proof of the objection, Mr. Kuongahage claimed that it is public knowledge. However, the commissioner rejected the objection due to the lack of documented evidence to back the claim. Moving on, New York Times newspaper in its January 10th issue has listed Sri Lanka as the #1 destination to travel in 2010. The listing has been in the article, the 31 places to go in 2010, Sri Lanka. It has been reviewed by New York Times travel writer Lionel Bina. He had said that the conclusion of the war has opened the eyes of the world to this teardrop-shaped island off India's coast, rich in natural beauty and cultural splendor. The New York Times article begins with, for a quarter century, Sri Lanka seems to have been plagued by misfortune, including a brutal civil war between the Sinhalese majority and Tamil minority. But the conflict finally ended last May, ushering in a more peaceful era. It speaks the places to visit in Sri Lanka, including newly implemented development work just after defeating terrorism. Others include Unawatuna, a crescent-shaped beach a few miles south of Galle, and the Nilaveli beach. Minister Bandula Gunawardhan has said that consumers can purchase the imported variety of rice at 50 rupees per kilo from today. These are available at cooperative outlets throughout the country. The minister said that rice had been imported following a decision taken by the Cabinet Subcommittee on Food Security on the instructions of the President. The minister pointed out that they had already started distributing these stocks to almost all parts of the country from today. Rice approved by the Food Examination Committee had been imported. Stocks are being distributed through cooperatives without seeking any profit. The purpose is to overcome the artificial shortage created by the traders. The minister was speaking after releasing rice stocks at the food warehouse complex in Narahempeta. He accepted the checks for the first stock of rice issued. The government is planning to expedite the economic development programs by considering all religious and heritage sites in all 4 religions in the country. Speaking at a symposium on planning for sacred cities in Sri Lanka, organized by the Urban Development and Sacred Area Development Ministry, Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said city planning and sacred areas development are important aspects. The government has taken steps to protect them for the future generation. Representatives from several countries, including India, Nepal and Japan, participated in the event. 3 ministries, Urban Development, Cultural Affairs and Buddhist Affairs, are involved in planning, developing and preservation of all sacred areas while developing towns in the country. The minister said these sacred cities are important for research, academic purpose and for young men and women to venture into new areas of studies. All Sri Lankan peacekeepers in Haiti, where there was a massive earthquake, are safe and that contact was established with them. This was revealed by military spokesman Brigadier Udayananakara.
The major earthquake has occurred in the capital of Haiti, where Sri Lanka have Sri Lankan contingent of UN peacekeeping forces, 950 officers and soldiers deployed in Haiti. We have presently established communication with them, and I should say that nothing has happened to them, and they are getting involved in providing necessary humanitarian assistance to those who are affected in Haiti.
And now we take a look at the foreign exchange rates for today.